Hey everybody, welcome to Workforce Gaming. I'm Brad here with Doug.
Hi.
Doug finally got around to a game that I'm actually really interested in hearing a little bit about because I never got a chance to play it either that came out earlier this
Mhm.
year, and that is Night in the Woods.
Yeah.
This is a game that I honestly don't know a lot about, but every time I see it pop up somewhere, I'm really interested in it.
Yeah.
So, what is this game? What's going on?
Night in the Woods is a huh. It's a game. Well, I guess it starts a game I've actually been following for a really, really, really long time. Actually, I just don't know why. Like, I realized I've been following the game for actually like 4 years or something like that. And then once I play, I was like, oh man, like it was cool to finally get my hands on it because I didn't really know what it was. There's that trailer that came out a long time ago. It's just like cool visuals, nice music, and like that's all anybody knew about it for a long time.
And that's
So
all
going
that
into
you
it,
need to buy into something.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure, 100%. Dude, I'm a sucker for good visuals. That's fun, yeah. Um, but when I actually like started diving into it, I didn't quite understand what I got, and then once I sort of understood what this thing actually was, I was like, dang, this is. I came in expecting good music and good visuals, and I got something entirely different. And that's not to say that the music isn't good or the visuals isn't good, but it's not even the strongest aspect of that game.
What is the strongest aspect of this game then?
Well, Brad. This game is about a 20-something-year-old college dropout who returns to her dying Midwestern town and then just interacts with the people she used to kind of know in high school. She lives with her parents, so you sort of like you interact with her parents, you interact with people around town, and it is legit the most realistic game realistic like piece of media I've ever had of returning home in your 20s. Like it's it's just really cool because there's like she's reconnecting with high school friends and like, wait, were we good friends or like not? Because like they're talking about stuff that happened in high school, and it's like her parents are like they're really happy she's home, but why did she drop out of college? And it's just sort of this weird tension of going back home after having not been home for a very, very long time.
Ooh.
Um, yeah, so it's kind of like it's I don't know. Like I mean, we're both in our late 20s at this point, but I go home probably less often than you do for sure. I
Well,
think.
you live much further away from your home than I
Yeah.
do. Mine's a short drive.
Yeah. But it's like every time I go back home, like a new store has closed or a new one's opened up. It's like, oh, what happened to that thing? And it's just an empty parking lot now, like the building got bulldozed or something like that. Or I'll be walking around a Kroger and I'll see somebody. I was like, shit, did I know you in high school? Like, I think we had class together or something. But you just like glance at the person, like that's it. You know, like you
Oh
don't
yeah,
actually
no,
like
you get
interact.
yeah, you get that all the time. Where just that, damn it, like, do I talk to you? Like, we made eye contact, and I think I know you. What do I do now?
Yeah, and it's just and it's a thing that I get when I come back home. It's just like this weird tension of I like being back home, but this isn't the place I'm at in my life currently.
Yeah.
Um, and it's a story about that. So I guess the basic, I guess if we're just like try like just basic concept like a gameplay loop, you wake up every day, and then you just go around town and talk to people. It's really similar to Persona
Okay.
games, like the talking aspect of Persona games, which I do not like at all.
Same.
And I found out, I think they're just not well written. Um,
I think it's just too much.
yeah, and it's like talking with high schoolers about high school, and I'm not gonna get into it. I don't like high schoolers in games, like at all. I don't even like high schoolers in media. It's a weird thing I have. I get it. I don't want to talk about it. I just hate it. That's the only reason I don't like Persona. If it was set, if you just age it, this is basically if you took all the Persona characters and just aged them up a little bit. So basically what it is, like you wake up in the morning, you go around, you talk to your friends, or you talk to people in town, and then you go to sleep, and the next day you wake up and you talk to people in town, and then you go to sleep, and then that's all it
So,
is.
is there a progression to it? Like, how do you finish this game, quote unquote?
Um, it's not like the days are the same. Like there is a story that's progressing as you're going through
So, what is this
time.
overarching story? Like, are you trying to like reconnect with somebody? Are you trying to like figure out what you're doing in your life? Like, what is, and not necessarily a spoiler, but like at the end of the game, what is the thing from the beginning you set out to do? Is it just you set out to go through these days, and after 30 days, you're like, great, we're moving on?
Yeah, it's kind of like a more. there is a plot, and there's definitely like a third act sort of thing that happens that is like very spoilery and stuff.
Well,
Like
yeah,
that's not, to me, that's not even the most interesting part. But it's kind of like those indie like character study movies where they're really, it's like, what's the plot of Adventureland, or what's the plot of, give me another coming of age movie that's popular.
That's kind of out of my wheelhouse, Doug.
Like the Graduate, is that?
You're naming movies I've never seen, Doug. I'm looking at
Okay, well,
Logan, Guardians of the Galaxy, Indiana
No, it's not
Jones,
those.
Star Wars, Kingsman. Those are what are sitting on the
Because
shelf in front of me right now, and none of those fit your.
No, they don't. No, they don't. It's basically their character study things where it's like not a lot happens. You just get to learn and know these characters.
Boyhood?
And like that's it. Huh?
Boyhood?
No, that sucks. That's boring. No, there's better versions of that.
Okay, so anyway, the goal is just kind of to go through and just see what happens to this character, see this character kind of adapt to being at home.
Yeah, and like so like you're basically like reconnecting with your high school friends, and there's some interesting plot lines, like not plot lines, but like interesting character histories you're sort of like just plopped in the middle of, which is kind of neat. Like the character you play as isn't necessarily a good person. Like your friends from high school aren't great people. Like one of your friends likes to commit crimes.
Okay.
And like you just commit crimes with them, and it's fun. But they're nothing like bad. You don't like go around like murdering people. You just commit like small time crimes sort of thing. And it's basically you just hang out with these characters and just like talk with them, and that's really all it is. But there's some like really cool like parts of the characters open up. There's scenes that are kind of, you think they're going one way and they sort of turn and go the other way.
No, I get that, because that's,
yeah.
having just finished Oxenfree, there's a bigger overarching story, but some of the coolest moments are just in how these, in this case, high school friends interact with each other, and that does almost at times take over the supernatural elements of that story, where it's like, I'm just interested in hearing that. I'm almost hearing more of like Life is Strange Before the Storm I just finished, where the entire game is just about how are Chloe and Rachel connected, like what are they doing every day, like, and again there is much more of an overarching plot to that, but a lot of the more intense moments are just the family drama, so to speak, between those two.
Yeah, no, exactly, and they're not high schoolers.
So Life is Strange 5 years post high school.
Yeah, it's just cool because I just feel like there's just like not a lot of media currently, for whatever reason, like focused on like people kind of lost in like their late 20s or mid 20s.
Well, I feel like that's more of a recent, and maybe it's just because that's the point in our lives we are. I feel like that's more of a recent development. I feel like 20 years ago, I feel like it was much more like you're in your late 20s, have your damn job and.
Yeah, no, yeah, that is true. Yeah.
So
I think that's what kind of makes it feel unique. It's like I haven't seen a story about me before, and my life is not as bad as they make this woman's life out to be. But it is just kind of interesting because it does kind of deal with stuff. Honestly, like legit, my favorite scene in that game is where they walk into a not hot topic, and it is so perfect of like what it's like to walk into a hot topic in your mid 20s.
I know exactly that feeling. It's like I don't ever walk in because I walk behind and go, shit. I'm just guessing, having not played this, but it's the shit. I don't get any of this. What is all this stuff? Like,
yeah. The first thing they say, like when they walk in, it's like, oh man, I remember when I was 14.
Yep.
And like the music, they have they have the hot topic music, and like then the person working the hot topic counter who's also their age but knows he's selling stuff to teenagers, and they have like the band shirts on the walls and stuff. And it's just like, I never thought I would see like that very specific experience of going into a hot topic in your mid 20s, like shown a game. It's just like, so it's like these like little experiences you don't think are shared, but they are, and it was kind of neat seeing like these experiences that I was like feeling I really related to, that somebody else had also really related to as well. And I just really appreciated that. And it's kind of cool. Like the characters make mistakes. They say things like incorrectly, which is kind of fun too, because you never see characters like mistakenly say the wrong thing at the wrong time. This game, I guess, as part of the gameplay loop stuff, is you actually do talk back and forth between characters, and you can choose what to say.
Okay.
And that's really your only choices, but I don't think they actually affected the story in any way. But sometimes they'll give you two choices that are both bad. Yeah, it's not like one's worse than the other. It's just like, why is the character doing this, you idiot? But that's just that character.
Yeah.
It's like the character isn't a good person,
yeah,
and the thing that they're doing is not good. Like the character likes to drink a little too much, and then there's a scene where that stuff happens. It's just, it's it's a really, really neat game, and the plot's kind of it's okay, it's interesting, but that's not definitely not the most interesting part. It's like legit has the best character writing I've seen in any game. I know I keep saying this, like the best game ever for whatever, but like it was noticeably better than like Horizon or any other game I played this year. Was the writing and how the characters talk to each other.
Well, that pretty much sold me on this, so I'll be buying this really when we're done talking. But yeah, so I'm assuming based on that, you can look forward to hearing more about that in Doug's Game of the Year awards coming up shortly.
I'm so glad this came out in 2017. I was like really looking at my list. I was like, I don't know.
That'll do it for this one. We are Workforce Gaming. You can follow us on Twitter at Workforce Gaming. Subscribe to us on YouTube or anywhere else, and we will see you later.
Bye.